In a sense, there's really two types of neurotypical wives. On the one hand, you have the wife who expects some end result, some completed task from her autistic husband before she's going to offer him any kind of words of appreciation or acknowledgement that he's doing something right. In other words, he has to follow through, and there needs to be some completion of some type of a social skill or some kind of a emotional reciprocity before she offers any words of encouragement to him, if she offers any words at all. And then on the other hand, you have the NT wife that rewards effort. In other words, she sees that he's at least trying. And maybe he hasn't quite accomplished the thing that she wants him to complete, but at least he's trying, and she appreciates that. And she says, hey, I notice that you're putting forth some effort, and I appreciate that. And she rewards him with a little bit of acknowledgement and a word of appreciation, which, guess what, is very positively reinforcing for him. And he feels, I'm actually doing something right. And then he wants to continue to work at it. And now he's more motivated to actually hit the finish line. So of those two NT wives, guess which one gets more cooperation from her husband? I already know you know the answer. Quick message to the NT spouses out there. You can't demand that your autistic husband understand your feelings, because that demanding doesn't help him establish understanding. It doesn't fix the problem. It just puts more pressure on him, which will muddy the waters. You can't demand that he provides you with emotional reciprocity. You can't demand that he loves you. Why not? Because demanding is a very unloving thing, and you can't expect loving things in return when you're doing unloving things. You can't insist on empathy when you're being insensitive to his traits. You can't insist on him being a mature adult when you're being parental. It simply doesn't work like that. So, long story short, you will have to exhibit the behavior that you want to see. I'm sorry. I know the NTs are thinking, oh, so the ball's back in my court again, huh? I'm the one that has to do the work. Yeah. You will only get what you want when you offer the words that you want to hear, the behavior that you want to see. That's the way the universe works. I'm not saying it's good, bad, right, or wrong, fair, unfair. At some level, it does seem unfortunate that it works like that, but that's the way it is. So, autism is no respecter of persons any more than Hurricane Ian was a respecter of people in Fort Myers Beach, Florida, for example. It doesn't respect the person who has autism. It doesn't respect the person who's married to the person who has autism. It's been around for a long time, allegedly a few hundred years, and a lot of people suspect that it's been around since day one. So it's not going anywhere, not anytime soon. It is what it is. Don't take it personally any more than you would take Hurricane Ian personally. Well, I can't believe that hurricane just happened to tear down my house. I'm taking that as a personal affront. Hurricane wasn't concerned about you, wasn't thinking about you. It had nothing to do with you. Now, having said that, you can still feel the pain associated with being involved in the event, on the receiving end of maybe a meltdown from your autistic husband, on the receiving end of storms that tear up your house. So I'm not saying you're not affected by it, but I am saying that it is something that exists in the universe, and you can either fight it or accept it. But if you fight it, it always wins.